Hello everyone, it's Uncle Bob back to another video, and today we're going to be looking at the Transformers Studio Series Gamer Edition Thundercracker. So before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below which the video or what else you'd like to see in a video. So onto this figure himself. Here we have him in his very nice looking Cybertronian jet, and I gotta say, out of the trio, at least for this version of the mold, he wears the colors a lot better in vehicle mode. Like this blue that they chose in hand is just beautiful. Even the metallic blue that like for the tail fins and the nose cone, just chef's kiss, looks really good. So let's take a quick look at all that detail. So focus, thank you. Get the nice, like I said, painted nose cone, kind of done in that soft plastic. Same thing with the canopy. Still don't know why, but hey, it's soft plastic. But at least they did paint the top of it right there. So get the nice, beautiful silver for the rest of the cockpit, and even right here too. Just looks so good. And even on the intakes, you get that little splash of purple. The wings get his iconic red stripe. Looks really good. And yeah, overall they did a really good job coloring this guy. So yeah. Now, as far as size comparisons go, here we have G2 Sideswipe. So you can see it's still a pretty sizable jet. So there is that. And setting him over there, here we have Skywarp and Screamer. And it's good to have this trio back together and causing mayhem. So, but yeah, honestly, I'm going to be real with you. This mold has never been my favorite from the Gamer Edition. It's definitely not the worst. Bumblebee, in my opinion, is the worst out of all the ones I own. So, but yeah, this one's just kind of, it was cool the first time. The second time, okay, it's a little less cool. And the third time, it's like, yeah. You kind of just got it just to complete the trio. But, you know, overall, again, it's nice to have the trio back together. I'm waiting for the day Hasbro gives us a 3-pack of Screamer, Warp, and Cracker. Just, you know, I could just see them doing that. Maybe, I don't know. But, yeah. I'm almost tempted to kind of display them in their jet modes, too. Hanging from the ceiling. Because they just look that good together, so. But anyways, not size comparison. Accessory-wise, here we have, I believe this is the SMG or the Neutron Assault Rifle. I could be wrong, at least for the War for Cybertron games. But either way, they did a nice job molding it. It does have this tab that is pretty much useless. It doesn't fit in any 5mm post. There is no other slots other than, you know, unreachable ones. So I think they took this off of Barricade. Forgive me, I'm not too familiar with the molds I don't own. I try to be, but there's just so many. So, but yeah. But anyways, they at least did remold it to give it a 5mm peg that can plug into any of the 5mm ports. So I'll plug that in there. And here we have his mace, because, you know, they all have to have their maces. Which, funny enough, Starscream's is the only one not painted silver. So, I might do that. I don't know. We'll see. So, get Thunder or Skywarps. Are they actually just a little bit different in purple? Nope. They're all the same purple. Okay. I think I'm going a little bit tired here. Going crazy. Anyways, this can plug in the 5mm port as well. And hey, it's ridiculous weapon storage, but hey, it's weapon storage. Because if we don't have weapon storage, the Transformer fans will complain. Even though G1 exists. Yeah. So just gonna plug, hey, if you wanted to, you could do that and just, you know, plug it in like that. Anyways. Overall, you know, jet mode looks really good. Again, I love the blue that they chose. The silver is just chef's kiss. But, you know, let's get down to that transformation. So first things first, you want to untab the legs from the sides. So Get this untabbed. Let's go ahead and get the backpack squared away. So I'm going to rock it up a little bit. You want to, first and foremost, take the tail fins and swing them out. On my copy, this one loves to pop off. Thankfully it didn't. Open up this section, fold down these pieces right here, then flip this back. Next, you want to take the section and rotate it back at this piece, but as you're doing so, you want to fold it in half. So get this folded in half, and do the same thing for this side. So get this folded in half, and there is the backpack. So for the legs, you want to untab this section, rock out the knee joint from inside the ankle. I recommend bending the knee a little bit, so that way you can tab this in no issues, because there is that tab there for no reason really. And just lock in the knee, flip that piece back, flip down that panel, and this won't stay flipped out because the mold is it's showing it's how many times it's been used. Even though it's been used 3 times, that's a little bit too loose. So, but do the same thing for this side. So get this pulled out. Why aren't you wanting to pull out? There we go. Bend the knee so that way you can get this in. Come on. There we go. Bend back, fold that piece in, flip out the foot, and there you go. There you have the lower half all done, and I guarantee you those will flip in as I'm still transforming him. But raising up the camera, you want to untab the arms from each other along with a tab right in there. Just go ahead and straighten it out, fold it down and around, bring it out on that double hinge. Do the same thing for this side. So bring it out on the double hinge, fold everything out. So next, you want to untab those 2 pieces, and I did a spudger because these pieces are tabbed in stupid securely. I don't even think they needed tabs, but there we go. Then bring the cockpit forward, flip out the head from pushing behind. Get it up as far as you can go right now. Take the nose cone, push that in, hold the nose cone in place. That way you can flip the cockpit back, tab it into place. Bring it down on this riveted hinge right here. So that way it'll tab in the arms. Keyword tab in the arms, thank you. And then just tab it in at the waist. Bring the head down and up on its own hinge. And also rotate it 180 before you do that. Bring that down and then just secure the backpack into place. And there you go. Oh, flip that in. There we have Thundercracker in his robot mode. And it looks, really good. In this mode, it doesn't shine as well, in my opinion, because you do lose a lot of that metallic purple, but still looks good nonetheless. So let's take a quick look at the face sculpt. And it is a slightly different one. He is actually smiling, interesting enough. And his eyes are done in yellow for some reason. It's been a minute since I played the games. I didn't think his eyes were yellow, but I could be mistaken. And one step of the transformation I don't do is you flare these out. I think that looks stupid, so I flip it in. But hey, if you like it out, more power to you. So you get some nice black for the shins, or more of a gunmetal gray, sorry. It looks really good. Has the typical Seeker backpack. Now, as far as articulation, the head is on a ball joint. This backpack will stay tabbed in. You do get a good ways up, a little bit down. You get the full 360. Oops. Not really anything side to side. The wings can hinge out of the way to help with any opposings. Arms can do a full 360. They move out to that bar. Bicep rotation. Double jointed elbow with a wrist rotation. You do get a waist rotation. Legs move out that bar. Forward, he can pretty much kick himself in the face. Back that far. Full splits. You get thigh rotation. You get over 90 degrees of knee bend. And get this type in. The feet can tilt that much. Unfortunately, no other movement in the feet other than the toe that can move forward and back. So overall, not too bad. Get that arm down. So yeah. But anyways, for a real quick size comparison, here we have G2 Sideswipe. So you can see he gets, a pretty nice size of a figure. So there is that. And here we have a Screamer and a Skywarp, and it's great to have this trio finally done, completed, and they look really good together. And I actually did notice while transforming them is their head sculpts are just ever so slightly different. His is just the most different. He gets like a squinch. He's just kind of neutral. So yeah, not too bad. And get that off to the side. Now, as far as his accessories go, you can just plug those onto the back if you don't want him holding them. Or what you can do is you can rip off his arm and plug in the submachine gun and have that going on. Or if you don't want him, holding it like that, you can obviously hold it at the 5mm port. Unfortunately, I wish that they found a way to mold in some way to get the, fist to store. Would have been nice, but oh well. So, but plugging in the mace, and yeah, the mace is still a little bit too heavy for the shoulders. So, but nope, can't. Never mind. I thought you could punch them out, but I realized it's a rivet. Never mind. So yeah, overall, this figure it's a good mold. It's just, I guess, mold fatigue for me, since it's not one of my favorites from this line. I think that would probably go to either Optimus, the Ironhide mold, or Sideswipe. Just one of those three. Those molds are just really good. But yeah, still a worthy pickup if you have at least the other two. You can't have, peanut butter and jelly without jelly. So, or at least in this case, you can't have Starscream and Skywarp without Thundercracker. So I think that is about it. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more video reviews.